Hello everyone, my name is Pawan and I'm an interview consultant. So the main reason of me presenting today's content is because I'm just going to share with you just 8 important formulas you need to keep in your mind while you're basically applying for tier 1 firms. That is basically about top leading firms in our country, or it could be worldwide. What are the important tips you need to keep in the mind? What is the main objective of a particular company basically going to hire you? All that important 8 tips I'm just going to explain to you in a very simplified manner. Make sure that you watch the video till the end, because me being an interview consultant, or me being trained more than 600 plus students across India, I could see that the progression level of the firms recruiting students has basically changed few amount of strategies and few amount of things which majority of the students are not aware. So in case if your aim in your life is to basically be successful in terms of the corporate domain, then this video is going to literally help you a lot. So kindly make sure that you watch the video till the end, because your essence of learning is going to be literally huge. So without any further delay, let's get started. The first important point which I want to tell is that the tier 1 recruitment strategy. So it's like, how are these tier 1 firms planning in terms of recruitment? Okay, like what are the main objectives that I'll be trying to explain? It could be the companies like Trilegal, or it could be like Goldman Sachs, or it could be like any top leading firms. What are their main objectives that we'll be looking up over here? See guys, you should always remember that first important formula, that is about polishing yourself, is the key. It's always important that you always polish yourself. Yeah? It could be basically in terms of the skills which you possess. Skills means what? For example, I know that I'm good in writing, I know that I'm good in speaking. Now what else can I do in terms of my speaking? How much I can utilize the speaking in a best efficient manner? For example, if you're a college student, if you're a third year student, no matter, it's absolutely fine. If you're a third year student, what are you doing up with that kind of skills? For example, are you participating for external kind of competitions? Are you be participating for internal competitions? Are you being part of different kind of leadership positions? And normally, are you doing internships? So all this is basically checked when you basically go for a particular kind of company. So that means that if you want to apply for any particular company, it is very important for you as a student, very important for you to develop on your skills. It could be basically sharpening on your own objectivity skills. For example, speaking, it could be writing, doing internships. So when you keep on polishing yourself, there would be no grounds for rejecting of any firms towards you. So when many people come to me and tell that, Pavan, I'm not getting selected to so and so company, why? Mainly because you're not branding yourself, you're not projecting yourself. So when you're not projecting yourself, tell me why a company should basically select you. It's very simple as that. So it's very important for you as a student. Always need to sharpen yourself. Always you need to brand yourself. If this one objective is clear, then nothing need to fear on at any basis. So polishing yourself is the key. So normally, if I see a student who's just, for example, who has just 60 percentage, and if an other student who has just 70 percentage, the person who has been having 60 percentage, in case his CV is being so awesome with his internships, with different kind of certificate courses, with different kind of exposure, then when those two students come to me, I'll be selecting the student A. Even though at 60%, I'll be opting for it. Why? Because compared to other student, only the other student is just banda in terms of education academics. But this person, student A, has very good knowledge in terms of internships, experiences, certification, all that. So that will make me to select that person A instead of person B. So it's very important that you polish yourself. That's literally important. So these are the important next 8 important strategies which I want to share with you guys. That is mainly about best legal advice firms, or the firm's objective over the clients. Now, for example, what I'm just telling is that when you're going to apply for any kind of particular company, it is very important they look from their own spectrum. That means that what? That means that when you're going to apply for any particular firm, their main objectivity would basically to see on how we are trying to provide that firm to the table. That means that it's like service above the self. That means that their company's objective is very important than anything else for them. If it's a law firm, they just see on what is their objective. For example, providing best legal advice for the clients. If it is any kind of firm itself, any particular firm, then their objective would be completely different. Their objective would basically be, for example, providing best efficiency towards in terms of marketing, sales, reaching out to people. So all that is basically tested over there. So this is the main important thing. That's it. If you remember this, then nothing need to worry on. Okay. So firm's objective is given much priority over many other things. Got it. So best legal advice is basically seen, or it could be sensed as a firm's objective, any kind of things. So that is the first important topic you need to keep in your mind. For example, a firm has a certain kind of objective, you have to reach up to that kind of criteria. That is the first important thing. Second important thing is dealing people in a polite manner. Normally when you're going to apply for any kind of particular firm, or when you're sitting for the interview itself, they just see on how much polite you are. They do not want any kind of harsh boss, very much serious, very much angry, very much dynamic. No, they want a person who can basically handle everything in a very soft and corner manner, because that's the reason many of the time the stress interview rounds are basically bought up by the firms. Got it? So it's very important for you to keep these two things in mind. Third thing is about need to reach up to the timelines. Timelines and deadlines are very important. Very important. Why? Because normally I've seen many of the students misusing this particular aspect of timelines. That means that timeline, they feel that they can submit the projects on their own ways. Even assignments and all, we do the same thing. But normally when you go for a corporate field, it's very important that you try to reach out to the timeline, right space at right point of time. Okay, you don't meet the timelines, then you're not basically hired. That's the main problem. Fourth important aspect is interacting with others. See guys, networking is very important. Normally when we being recruiters, or when we try to go as an interview consultant, normally we just see how much has that particular student or that particular candidate has a very good interaction skill with others. Interaction skill with others, that means that how much is he taking up leadership or initiatives to interact with others? How much of networking skills does they process? Why? Because as in company's perspective, networking literally helps a lot. For example, in my company, there's a litigation case, and this banda, and this man, this particular person, has a very good network. Where to connect, whom to connect, and which person to call, which person to connect. So then that will literally have that will basically contribute the company a lot. It'll contribute the firm a lot. And along with it, which I want to tell you guys is that normally a networking person has a very good knowledge compared to others, because he has knowledge and skills compared to all other fields. He has knowledge about what is so and so things. He gets, because he keeps on interacting with others. So that is basically checked in a firm when you're going to apply for any kind of tier one firms. So it's very important. You even see from that perspective. Now, along with it, what I want to really emphasize is about, multi-dealing firms. See, for example, certain firms deal with many things. It could be like arbitration, dispute resolution, competition, projects heading positions. It could be even in terms of managing anything. So any firm, their main objective is basically to spread their things. So for example, they have branches, they have franchising, everything. So they'll just say on what kind of person you are and which particular role basically fits for you. So how you need to prove that this particular role fits for you? When you go for any particular company, it's always okay for you to be completely open-minded. Okay, it's been completely fine that you do not know anything in specific of any particular field. Go explore in all particular domains, because that is very much important. If you don't explore in any particular domain, then how can you come to a conclusion that stating that this is good for me, this is not good for me? No. So it's very important that you need to explore everything. So that's the reason I'm just telling you, internships are very important. Yeah, go explore in terms of internship. For example, there are many top leading companies like Riley Eagle and all. They just basically select students after doing internships. Students also do internship over there. Sometimes they'll also be getting this callback. What is this callback? Callback means it's something like, for example, you're doing internship now, and callback interns are also there. It's like after you do internship for one particular month, in case they feel that you're doing really fabulous job, then you'll be called back again. So when you'll be called back, sometimes they can even give you a PPOs, and even your job aspect will also be confirmed over. So that can also happen basically. So it's very important for you to just make sure that you keep on exploring. And whenever you're working in any particular company, when they're dealing with multiple aspects, go explore in all particular domain, then come to a conclusion that this is good for me, this is not good for me. Now, sixth important point is daily legal updates or current affairs. Anything, whatever recent updates are happening now in your society, you need to know it. It's compulsory. Now, I've seen many of the people getting rejected because of not aware about what's happening around the society. Now, as a company's perspective, or me being a trainer, normally when I look in terms of people's mindset, I basically reject many of them. Why? Because if they feel that, if I find out that they are not aware about this current affairs or current updates, why? Because I do not want a person who's not aware about the things which is happening around him. In case I feel that that person is not updated with the things around him, I will surely reject him, because I don't want such kind of people. Yeah, because it's a loss for me and loss for the company, because I will have this mentality stating that in case of not, he's like, because for example, it could be like GST itself, or in case the income tax, they just bought new law. Indirectly, you are getting affected. Even politics also, indirectly, you are getting affected. A person who's not willing to know the things around him, what is the guarantee that after coming to that firm, he will be willing to know about the things which is going within the firm? He will be very much selfish within himself. Okay. Now the seventh point is that let's talk business, to speak out their experience. So uh, in-house knowledge sessions. So this happens within all the firms. So recruitment strategies is that normally, when you go for any particular company, they just see what are the background knowledge you have about that particular firm. So it's very important that you do some kind of basic research about that particular firm, and try to see what is this let's talk business and all. Like for example, TED Talks and all, you'll find TED Talks and all. Try to listen many of those talks, then take up these opportunities of basically try to explore in this particular domain about experience sharing sessions, or when kind of sessions are there, go listen properly, take down notes, and when you're speaking for interviews, try to highlight on these kind of points, all kind of essentials, because it will literally impress the interviews. They'll feel that, okay, if I know this particular banda has very good knowledge on all these particular kind of fields, and so we have to select him. So let's talk business is basically about within the houses or any particular business professional who has basically faced so and so issues on how he has handled with his clients. All that, if you want to literally know, then it's very important for you to build up that kind of experiences. And next one is about third, fourth, and fifth year internship experience is very important. I want to literally tell this here. I think today, if I'm able to speak in front of you, today, if I'm able to at least handle this entire, like I'm just doing this recording in terms of Canva, I'm just uploading this in my content, in my YouTube platforms. Today, I'm just reaching out to many students across India. It's because of my internship experience. Because in one of my internship experience, taught me how to teach. One of my internship experience taught me how I'm supposed to develop on my skills. One of the internship experience taught me on how I need to expand myself. For example, from my thinking perspective, how I need to build networking. One of my internship facilities taught me how I have to build relationship and trust with the people. So this I overly learned over the period of time. And that basically happens when you're basically trying to expand yourself. So it's very important that you try to see on how you can basically explore and reach up to this tier 1 firm. So these are the 8 important points you need to keep in your mind in case you're going to apply for any kind of tier 1 firms. Along with these are strategies you need to keep in your mind. Like, you must know what is a company's perspective. This is just a part 1 video. Part 2 video, I'm going to explain many things about how the interview process happens for this tier 1 firms, everything. This is just like an intro video though, but yes, more contents to be covered, and I'll be doing up in the upcoming videos on it. So if you have any doubts, anything, you can always reach out to me. I would be much happy to help you. So that's all. Wishing you all the best. Good luck. And if you do like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe so that I can post many videos here. I just want your support, your encouragement. So that's more than enough from my side. And I want to see you all acing in terms of your corporate field and other aspects. So that's all. Wishing you all the best. Good luck. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you. Take care.